Can we clear up one of the biggest myths on this app and in education right now? No Child Left Behind wasn't about just passing students along. It wasn't a law that said every student has to graduate. It wasn't a law that said pass every student. And it absolutely wasn't a law that said socially promote every student. No Child Left Behind was an accountability law. Schools were required to test students every year and then report those scores. And on paper, that sounds completely reasonable. But here's where things started to go off the rails. Schools were no longer just collecting data, their survival depended on that data. So, funding, sanctions, public perception, school ratings, educators' jobs, everything became tied to those test scores. So, what happened? Teachers were pressured to teach to the test. Curriculum got narrowed. Art, science, social studies, project based learning, community based learning all got pushed aside in schools because if it was not tested, it wasn't prioritized. And when you put that much pressure on a number, people start chasing the number, not learning numbers. Some districts and schools across this country got caught changing answers, manipulating test practices, or engaging in outright cheating scandals because the pressure to raise scores was so intense. That's what happens when a system becomes obsessed with outcomes instead of focusing on learning conditions. And that's why I can't stand No Child Left Behind. Not because it was about passing students along, because it helped create a culture where standardized test scores became more important than actual authentic learning. And here's the irony, you all. The law was called No Child Left Behind, but many educators will tell you there were tons of things that got left behind. It left behind creativity. It left behind critical thinking. It left behind culturally responsive teaching. And in some cases, it left behind joy in education. You can oppose No Child Left Behind, but we need to be honest about what the law actually is. And it was never a law that just allowed every child to pass on to the next grade. Okay? Bye.